The enactment of the whistleblower legislation, which was passed in the National Assembly in January of 2018, has not been enacted, and that's a real worrying situation for the Alliance for Change. Leader of the AFC and Attorney-at-Law Nigel Hughes believes that with the absence of such a powerful piece of legislation being enacted, the People's Progressive Party Civic and the Guyana Police Force could not be serious about fighting corruption.
Since 2018, we have passed the Protected Disclosures Act, which is otherwise known as the Whistleblowing Act, and we have not operationalized it. That means there could be absolutely no serious intent, both by the government and the Guyana Police Force, to provide it with yet another weapon to fight corruption, which is whistleblowing.
The attorney referenced the gunning down of popular biker Ricardo Fagundes, also known as Paper Shorts. Policeman Sergeant Dion Bascom had come forward with whistleblowing allegations against the police force, alleging that agents of the Guyana Police Force deliberately covered up the murder.
Less than 100 yards away from the home of the president of Guyana, Mr. Fagundes was gunned down. The cameras that were used to record or would typically record what happens at that location were not working, coincidentally. And up to now, there hasn't been a single arrest of anyone. We had an interesting disclosure by a police officer who was involved in the investigation at the time.
The bill was presented by then Attorney General and the Minister of Legal Affairs, Basil Williams, who noted at that time that the APNU-AFC government was on an irreversible path to countering all forms of corruption. The bill was assented to, but is still to take effect by an order from the Minister of Legal Affairs. The absence of such a critical piece of legislation falls within the bracket of a crisis within the Guyana Police Force, according to the AFC.
There's more than a crisis, because if you can have a crime of that magnitude, that close to the president's house, and 2 or 3 years after, not a single suspect is arrested. We have had significant disclosures by someone who was part of that investigation. It must mean that it is beyond the capacity of the Guyana Police Force to investigate several crimes, not only those in which they are the suspects.
Attorney General and the Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandlal, could not be reached for a comment. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.